Well, my friends, how you all doing? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a fresh episode of Project Black Sea as we continue on with Litex, and we're going to be moving into our third season this time around. Already, my friends, I know this hasn't been as regular as I promised kind of like when I first started doing the series, but hopefully I am going to slowly get back into it. Obviously, I've still been having these problems with this bloody throat issue. Every time I do an episode, my voice goes for a bit. It's quite sore, but yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know how to explain it or why it's happening, but it is. But my friends, last episode is linked above right now. That was the last episode of last season. So yeah, make sure you go and check that one out. I'm not going to give too much away, like in the intro to today's episode. We may have gone down. We may still be in the top division. Go watch the episode and you'll find out. But today we have got lots to talk about, my friends. We've got season expectations. We've got new signings. We've got players that have left the football club. Let's crack on. Okay, so we're going to start with the transfers, my friends. First and foremost, I want to share with you players that were released. Borislav Nikolov has left the building. He was our right back and a half-decent player. I tried to offer him a new contract, and because he is still a good player, I still think he could have done it at this level, even at 30 years of age. He wanted too much money. He wanted like north of £500 a week, which for us is the ceiling of what we can really offer. So I didn't want to do that. We did have a couple of players retire as well. The other Nikolov, who was like a 36-year-old centre-back, who was actually a staple in the football team until the end of last season. He retired, and so did our goalkeeper Kamini, which really left us in the lurch because we had to try and get a goalkeeper through the door. And it has been really, really difficult. I'm going to tell you right now, I've played the opening 3 games of the season. My reason for this is I was trying to still get transfers over the line, and the big one was a goalkeeper. I've been having to play a youth goalkeeper who actually really impressed me, but we have managed to get the job done. We've got a goalkeeper through the door for the season at least anyway. But anyway, the people going out first, Federico Fonseca, he has left the football club on loan. You will remember we brought him in on a free transfer last season after a successful trial. He's still developing, 19 years of age, Uruguayan, right-sided player. I'm trying to convert him into a left winger, but we'll see what happens, my friends. I still have all the faith in the world that he's going to turn into a pretty decent player. So let's hope he develops well on loan. Marian Kusev, he's left the football club on a free transfer. A little bit gutted about this one because I genuinely think if you look at his attributes, he could probably develop into something, but he was very inconsistent for us. Didn't really put in any top draw performances. Like if I show you, a 6.18 from 5 starts is pretty terrible. So we decided to let him go on a free, and then Galen Minkov, he's left the football club on a free as well. We've signed better left-sided players, and I think we've actually got better left-sided players coming up through the youth ranks. We've got some very, very promising youth players in our development squad. So, yeah, there's always that to look forward to at the moment. So Minkov has left the football club. And now we get to the exciting stuff, ladies and gents, of the players that have joined. I'm going to go loans, and then we'll do free signings after. So the goalkeeper that has come in is Petar Petrov. Coming on loan for the season from Perin Blagovad. I think he's a really decent goalkeeper. The thing I like the most about him is 23 years old. He's 23 years of age. He's still got time to develop, and I think across the board his attributes are pretty well rounded. I'd say he's on a similar level to what Kamini was, and I'm just hoping he can be consistent for us. There was lots of football clubs, looking at him, trying to sign him. They didn't want to let him go on a full-time transfer. We have got it written into the loan note that there's an optional fee at the end of the season. One that we can't afford, but it's just nice to have there in case we do the unthinkable and potentially win the league or something like that and we get the money. But, he's here for the season. I think he's going to be a good addition. And then we go through the rest of the signings. Mario, I think that's an I. Iradi. I brought him in as a centre-back, but he can play full-back as well. He's actually very well-rounded player, and he's joined us on a free transfer. £300 a week, so he's one of the higher-paid players at the football club. It does have to be said. I'm just going to sort that out in a minute. Yes, it does have to be said. He is one of the higher-paid players at the football club, but he deserves to be paid that money. He's definitely coming as a direct replacement for Nikolov, who left the football club. Both Nikolovs, it does have to be said, even though I have signed a couple of right backs as well. And he is a star player for the team, and just nice to get a player of this quality through the door. 3 appearances, 2 assists already. He looks like he could be one of the signings of the season. Where else do I want to go with this? I don't know why that changed the the way that went. Plamen Petkov. This one was actually sorted out last season, believe it or not, ladies and gents. Midway through, free transfer, left-sided player. We needed one as a backup to a player's name who I can't remember right now. Bonev. We needed him as a backup to Bonev, and he looks decent. He actually played a game already this season, started a game, and was really good in the game. So it's nice to know that we could potentially be able to rotate the team a bit more, and then it might help us avoid those injuries. 17 years of age, so plenty of time to develop, and as you can see, that potential ability is very, very high. So I'm very excited to see what Plamen can do for us at the football club. We've got Stoicho Atanasav. He is a right back. I'm not sure which one I've brought in as the starting right back, but I brought two in basically. I wanted strength in depth again this season. I'm trying to have at least sort of like two players to every position to kind of help us out with these injuries, because the games come thick and fast at stages in the season. I think he's a pretty good player. Now, he's on the same level as Nikolov, who left the football club, but yet he is half the age, really, at the end of the day. Well, not half the age, but we've got 5 years on him. And so at 25 years of age, his development's probably thereabouts done, because it usually is the case that when they get to 25, they stop developing at such an alarming rate in Football Manager. He might still develop at a little bit, but I still think, but now, at the stage we are at with this club and the ability and the players that we could sign, he is a top draw signing. I will add, we had no transfer budget and very little wage budget to play with. So again, it has been another transfer season of loans and frees, because that's just the way we have to do business at the moment. Nikolaev is the other right back, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, pretty solid across the board. And I actually think that if you wanted to develop him as a centre back, you could have done. And then I realised he was 5'8", so we won't be doing that. He's not much taller than yours truly, so we definitely won't be doing that. But very, very good player. Again, he has actually played a game. It wasn't the greatest of debuts, I will say that, but it is what it is. Again, another right back, very, very good signing for the football club. Stoyan Ivanov is another one. Really, this one's one for the future. It kind of was highlighted to me by one of my scouts, available on a free. His contract was coming to an end, and so I decided to just do it because I thought, what is the worst that can happen? He's a ball-winning midfielder. He can help out in that midfield area. Centre mid is an area where we just didn't have a lot of competition for places, so I brought him in, and I think he could develop into something if he gets enough game time. 21 years of age, that's the good thing, and he's obviously his potential ability is through the roof. There were other clubs really, really interested in him that are a lot bigger than us, but I think we got in there early enough to starve them off. And then the last one is Rosan Kolev, and he is a centre-back, currently injured, unfortunately, picked up an injury in training, but he's a centre-back, and it's kind of been him playing alongside Fomba, and they've been really, really good together. It's a shame to see that he's injured, to be honest, so I'm 32 years of age. I'm not really one for signing old players, but if the right player comes available at the moment with Litex, because of our money situation, because of the finances, I don't really look at the age at the moment. I just think we need the right player, the right fit for each position, and Kolev was definitely that this summer, ladies and gentlemen. So let me show you how things have been going before we jump in. Now, what we're going to do is only play one game in today's episode. Obviously, these beginning of the season episodes are a little bit longer. With me showing you the sign-in, season expectations, and so on, and all that sort of stuff. So I'm just going to try to sort of run through things and let you know what's been going on. Now, like I've already said, I played the first 3 games of the season. I did it for good reasons, because I was trying to get signings through the door. Ludogorets were up first. No surprise that we were defeated. We actually went 1-0 up, but then after that, it was just pure domination by Ludogorets, and I was fully expecting to be defeated in the game anyway. It's one of those, and it's a free hit. I've changed my tactic ever so slightly this season. Not so much the roles or the formation, but we are going more positive this season. A comment was left in last season in one of the videos saying that, like, just try to go a bit more positive, or just try something other than balance, because it's clearly not working for the team. I took it on board, and we've been playing more positive, and as you can see, we're scoring goals, and we are actually like making chances. Like, if I click on this game and I show you the stats of the game, you will see we created chances, 11 shots, 8 on target. They've just got a very good goalkeeper and a good defence, and so it wasn't to be. So we are creating more chances as a result. We are still, though, a little open at the back. But then we came up against CSKA 1948, who are a big team in the division, one that we should be struggling against. We were really, really good. A 1-0 win in the game. You will see Bonev with the goal continuing on from last season. And it was a lovely strike and a lovely, lovely unexpected win. I will just say that Racine got the goal in the Ludogorets game. Then we came up against Cherno Morvana, who have had a really good start to the season. I think they were fourth at the time of us playing them, and we drew 1-1. We went 1-0 up through Bonev again, but it was Isa in the second half who iced it for them, and they nicked the point basically, because I do believe I think it was 50-50 this one. Yeah, it was really 50-50, as you can see, like even on the possession. Very, very hard game, lots of tackles, lots of cards, but I think a draw at the end of the day was probably the right result. And today we've got PFK Montana, who I believe have just been promoted and are expected to struggle this season. I'm really hoping we can get a positive result against them in today's episode. Now, as far as the league table is concerned, you will see we are 8th after 3 games played, 4 points on the board, which I am very happy with. I cannot complain with us having that many points on the board. So I'm pretty pleased with the start of the season that we've made. And a win today obviously will go and put us on 7, and we'll be flying basically at the very, very early stages. I think an improvement for us this year would be to avoid that relegation fight and try to maybe get in that, in that stage that's in the middle of the pack, the European qualification one. I think that's the one we need to try and get in. I'm not saying that we are good enough to qualify for Europe. I don't want you to think that. I don't want everyone to get twisted and think that I think the team's really gone on, because it hasn't. We've made a few additions and we are just maybe a bit stronger than we were last season, but I want to avoid that relegation. I don't want to be there again this year. We've got 2 years to try and do things, do something at Litex. At the end of the day, the goal of this series is to make it to a Champions League final. We are very, very far away from that at the moment with Litex. We may have to move on at some point. This is a journeyman. We can do that if we want. So there is always that. We might need to move on. But we will wait and see. At the moment, I'm concentrating hard and trying to make Litex the best team possible. And it's just it's a slow journey because there's no money at the football club. But as far as season expectations are concerned this year, they expect us to improve on last season. They had us bottom, didn't they? And 12th place finish, which would still mean a relegation fight come the end of the year. Now, I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to try to go above those season expectations big time this year. I want to move on. I want to move on up if I can. So 300 to 1 to win the league. No surprises there. So they expect it to be a real struggle, and there's none of our players, obviously, in the Dream 11. If you see some of the players Ludogorets have got, it's a joke. I'm going to click on them just so you can see the sort of level of player they've got. This is one of their key players, 25-year-old attacking right or left-sided player. He's on 16.5 grand a week. That is what we are competing with. 16,000 a week they can offer their players, and we are so far away from that. So to try and break this dominance in the country is going to be really, really hard, but I'm enjoying my time in Bulgaria and I don't want it to end. So at the moment I'm happy to just continue on building up the manager's reputation, because that's the big thing. When we did Project Scandinavia, I started out of a really small club, but we built our reputation enough that we got offered a really good job with Mulby and we turned them into a juggernaut. So maybe Litex could be a stepping stone, but at the moment I'm enjoying my time here. I like the football club and I like what we're trying to do, so I'm going to continue on. So I don't think there's much more I need to show you, so let's crack on, ladies and gents, with the first game and the only game of today's episode, and this is the team we're going to go with. Now, as you can see, I've already said we're sticking with the same formation. I have changed the advanced playmaker role to attack just to try and help out Zhivkov a little bit up top, who I've got to say has struggled again at the start of this season. I am still looking to bring a striker in. The window's still open. I'm still trying to bring a striker in. I think it's going to be a loan if anything. So if we can get one that's better than Zhivkov, great. If we can get one that's going to be competition, that'd be even better. Zhivkov just struggled last season. I think he only got 11 goals and he's struggling again this year, so I do think we need a better striker. It's an important position for us to try and fill. So yeah, we're going to go positive, and yeah, we're sticking with it. I have built a new tactic though that I was playing around with. Whether or not this will work, I don't know. I tried it a little bit in pre-season. It seemed to do okay. It's a more defensive formation, and it might be a go-to formation against the big teams, basically. So yeah, that's just something I've been messing around with. But yeah, let's get cracking, shall we? We're going to go with our new goalkeeper Petrov in goal. We're actually going to go with Atanasov at right back in this one. Iradi is going to go into the centre-back position alongside Fomba because of the injury to Kolev. We're going to go Ivanov at left-back. Yankov, Dimitrov are going to continue in the centre-midfield position. Bonev and Hristov are going to play on the wings. Bakir Rasim through the middle and Zhivkov up top. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It's been obviously a bit of a topsy-turvy start to the season. A loss, a win, a draw. So one of each already. But we're coming up against a team that are 2 defeats and a draw into this year and are expected to struggle. So I'm hoping we can take it to them and we can get something out of it. Just the point on the board for them. Yantra and Montana, they look like the 2 teams that are really going to struggle this season after being promoted last year. For any team coming up, the big thing is just to survive, isn't it? And I think they're going to have a hard time trying to do that this year. So yeah, I'm just trying to take all your points on board as well, by the way. I've not ignored anything. Shouts, formations, all this good stuff. I am trying to do all of it, as it does look as though Montana are going to have the first chance. That's a lovely clearance. Zhivkov with the header. He's not going to be able to get after that though, which is a shame. They've lined it, not worked. And we now get a chance to attack with Hristov. What a ball that is. Zhivkov now, where are you going to go? Back to him. We brought him back on loan, by the way. I didn't mention him because he weren't there. But there you go. It's 1-0. And it's Bonev again with his 3rd goal of the season. Top goal scorer last year. And he's getting himself in the right places again. But yeah, Hristov. I should have mentioned that. He's the only one of last year that survived who was a loan signing. I brought him back for another year. I was really impressed with him, especially towards the end of the season. Pace, power, gets him behind, and that's exactly what we need, especially while we're still trying to develop one of our players that's come through the academy this year. What I might do after this game, if we've still got a little bit of time, I might show you the academy prospects, because we've got a lot, and we've got a few that I think could really develop into something special, so I might do that. But here we go, we've got another highlight. Rasim inside to Dimitrov now. This is good football from the boys. Is he going to spread it wide? Yes, he is. Hristov, he's going to go past his man, hopefully. He does. That to me is a clean tackle. I was having a conversation with someone in the Football Manager community the other day that some of the penalties that are given in this game are nonsense, and I honestly think that one there is nonsense, absolute nonsense. But it puts us 2-0 up, and I can't complain because we're flying after 24 minutes, and Rasim's penalty taking has improved. It doesn't have to be said. That was a fabulous penalty after the amount he missed last year. But Montana now with a throw in, and there's still always an opportunity for the opposition, so we do have to be careful as they build. This is very, very good, but that's a good header. Hristov can't get there. Is it Histrov or Ristov? I'm not sure. Any Bulgarians out there that can help me with the pronunciation of these names would be very welcome. That's a lovely ball. Really, really lovely ball into the man in question, who's then crossfield pass. Doesn't quite come off. We've still got the football. And this is the trouble for a team like Montana. They're just not good enough. Oh, Zhivkov, nearly. Very unlucky for him. But 9 shots, 3 on target. It's a really, really good start to the game. And there's no need to be doing any team shouts when you're playing this well. That's a lovely take. Oh, we are playing some good football. Silky stuff. And we look a lot better already this season in the games that I've seen. Even the other games, the Ludogorets one, to be fair, if we could have finished, we might have got a point or 3 points out of it. But they were supreme on the day as Hristov scores a goal, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful strike from him. It's 3-0 and we are cruising in the game, and it's doing our goal difference the world of good. It really, really is. Could become important. Our goal difference last season was horrendous. Does have to be said. Here we go. We're attacking again. Rasim on the ball. Back to Bonev. Where's he going to go? Inside Dimitrov. Lovely passing from the boys. If he spreads wide now, he's in. There we go. Lots of space. Can he get a ball in the box? Ivanov. No, instead he uses Bonev, who does get a ball in. And it's still there. And it's a beautiful finish. And Hristov gets his 2nd of the day. And it's 4-0 to Litex. And is it the lucky shirt? Oh, I introduced the shirt last episode, my friends. Good friend of mine, Matt, at Trickwayster FM, sent the shirt to me. He clearly thought we needed a little something, a little luck, and to feel a little bit more involved with the team. And it's coming through absolute millhouse right now as we pass this ball around, and we've looked absolutely electric in this first half as Racine dances through and Racine scores another goal, and it's his third of the season, second of the day, and it's 5-0. And if we don't take our foot off the gas in the second half, this could get really, really ugly for PFK Montana. That is an excellent first half, that is. I can't complain. I'm very pleased with that performance. We're just going to send them out in the second half. Hopefully might be able to make some changes here, keep people fit. Bon who's taken a bit of a knock by the looks of things, so we might make that change early on in this second half. I might actually make that change now. Why the hell not? Let's bring Plamen on and give him some game time, the 17-year-old. Now, I'm not sure if this is a proper highlight or if this is one that you get every now and then when you go to make changes, but we are on the football. This is good stuff. Histrov's on a hat-trick. And Bonev's shot. And that's a decent cross. No one got on the end of it. And it's gone to nothing. It is one of those nothing highlights that you get every now and then when you make a change. But yeah, Histrov and Racine both on hat-tricks. Would be nice if one of them could score their hat-trick. Zhivkov's having a really good game, even though he hasn't got on the score sheet. Would be nice if he could get on the score sheet. It would help him a lot, I think. Throw-in, Yankov into Dimitrov. Still got it. I think I need to change my throw-in takers, because having a centre midfielder take throw-ins when you lose the ball, that could cause problems. Ivanov. Good football. Again, lovely passing. Racine. And I thought I was wheeling away, about to celebrate his hat-trick, but it isn't to be, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God, completely dominant. So many highlights. Petkov now coming forward into Ivanov. It's a lovely ball from Ivanov. It's headed straight back to him and it's straight back in. And then Racine can't score that hat trick. I think it's gonna get away from him. I want to make another change. I'm going to bring Yankov off for Ivanov. Let's give him a bit of game time, another young player. And then I'm going to bring Zhivkov off for Metodiev, because he is still here and he still needs to develop. So we're going to bring him on. A couple of changes there at 5-0 to the good as PFK Montana now come forward. And that's a really good ball in the box. And that's a good clearance and good defending from the lads, it does have to be said. Ball coming back in, that was surely offside. That's a fantastic save from Petrov, though, if it isn't offside. That is something Kamini failed to do on many occasions last season. He really, really did. He went to sleep, didn't he, at the end of his career, unfortunately. But yes, I can't believe there's still 15 minutes to go in this game. 20 shots, 9 on target, 60% of the possession. Absolutely dominant, ladies and gentlemen. Really, really is a dominant display from us. They just haven't been able to get anything going. The golf in class is there for all to be seen, and that's saying something because we're one of the weaker teams in the division, so they're really going to struggle if they're being put to the sword like this against the likes of us. So, you know, good football. Dimitrov now, and that was to no one. Are they going to be able to carve out a chance now? We will see as he does come forward. Good block. And the ball comes back, and that's another good save from the goalkeeper. This side, he is off. This time, he is offside, though. So nothing to worry about there. The changes have kind of made us go backwards a little bit, haven't they? But I want to get players some football. I really, really do. I want to get them some football off the bench. I want to try and develop the young players at the football club. Even though Dimitrov and Yankov have really turned into staple players for this division. But we're into time added on. I knew the second half was going to be like that. But it is what it is. It's a 5-0 win. It's 3 points on the board. Get in. Okay, my friends. So that brings today's episode to an end, my friends. A really good episode. I hope you like the signings. Let me know in the comment section below what you make of them. I'm going to hold off on showing you the youth players. I think I'll do that at the beginning of next episode just because I don't want this one to run too long. So yeah, PFK Montana, put them to the sword. 5-0. Where do we bring this back? I think I'm going to come back for the cup game and a tar. That way I can push through 6 games, push through the season a little bit. As you all know, I like to play between 6 and 8 games like between episodes. So yeah, I'll push through some games. They're all teams, I think, that are sort of a similar size. Some are a little bit bigger, like Barrow and CSKA. They had good seasons last year, but the others I think we should be competitive against. And we'll play the cup game against an unknown opposition, and then we'll play a tar in the league, and that'll be our double header next time. As far as the league table is concerned, this is how the FBet looks. We are 4th in the division. Obviously, there are some teams around us that still have to play a game, but yeah, really good goal difference, 2 wins, a draw and a loss. It's a good start to the season, and Bonev finds himself in that top goal scoring chart once again, which is amazing to see. Absolutely loving that, ladies and gentlemen, and it was good to see our keeper get a clean sheet on his debut as well. So yeah, let's continue this next episode. Let's hope I'm still in the winning mentality when we come back. So there you are, my friends. We're done and dusted for another episode of our Project Black Sea series. A good start to the season, I'm sure you will all agree. Like I've already said, comment section below. Let me know what you've made of my slight changes, the little things with the formation, signings, that sort of stuff. And you let me know what you made of the players I let go as well. Do you think it was the right decision to make? I'd appreciate all your feedback. And I want to say a massive thank you to anyone that's been commenting recently and helping me out along the way with the series. It is very much appreciated. But my friends, I am off skis. If you check the description box below, you'll find the links to my socials and my Discord if you want to become a bigger part of the community. But if not, hit the subscribe button if you've enjoyed what you've seen. Drop me a like on the video if you've really enjoyed it. That's the best way to show your appreciation. But my friends, you stay safe, stay humble. Saluting you all, and I'll see you all next time.